All right, let's go on to running back position. And this is another guy I have to start out by saying, like, I've never been a huge Khalil Herbert fan. Like, I think he's a solid running back. I think he's an okay running back. But it's just been the price tag the last couple of years. People were kind of taking the shot on him in 2022 in the double digit rounds. I was like, I'm okay. They have other competition there, like David Montgomery. I'm a big Monty guy. So, I didn't want the competition there for Montgomery. And I wasn't willing to take him at cost last year either. Like, I know he was still going for like a 7th, 8th, 9th round pick, but Khalil Herbert just like he was at that price. Like, I'm okay. But actually, like, I kind of like him for running back 38 right now. I think running back 38 is not really a bad price tag at all for him. Averages 4.9 yards per carry throughout his career. That's not terrible. Like, hasn't seen a ton of volume, but about 100, 130 carries each year. And actually a pretty tollsy pass catcher. If you guys remember, his ADP went through the roof last year in preseason. He caught that screen pass and took it to the house. Like, the guy has some good speed, some good juice. 12th in breakaway run rate at 5.3%. That's among all running backs. And something to kind of keep that in mind as well, guys, that he faced a stack front 31.1% of the time on his carries. That's the 6th most among running backs. So Khalil Herbert seeing more stacked fronts last year in this Bears offense. They didn't have a ton to take off the top. Justin Fields wasn't known as a great passer. And Khalil Herbert still was breaking away some runs against some stacked boxes. Like, that's good signs, man. That's like good signs of a productive running back. We know they go out, they grab DeAndre Swift off of free agency very early, telling me, hey, they want DeAndre Swift. They're going to use him as the 1A in this backfield. Let's not get it twisted here. Khalil Herbert's not going to be the 1A in this Bears backfield. However, he could be the 1B. He could be the 2 and still have some fantasy relevance here. And let's keep in mind, folks, like DeAndre Swift has missed 18% of his games throughout his career. And even when he is healthy, Swift has never been a goal line guy. Never. Like, it was only 2 years ago. Jamal Williams set the fucking world on fire. Jamal Williams was the hot thing in fantasy football for a minute because he couldn't stop getting touchdowns because Dan Campbell, MCDC baby, Deuce Staley and the boys were like, hey, I don't know if I trust Swift at the goal line. We want to keep him healthy, and just kept feeding Jamal. Last year, then, what happened as well? Well, Kenny Gainwell was actually in a lot around the goal line and around the red zone. Swift had 35 red zone touches. Kenny Gainwell last year in Philadelphia had 23. Like, that's not a huge fucking difference, honestly. That's not a huge difference. And Gainwell's like not a power back either. Like that's kind of Khalil Herbert's role. And Swift saw 10 attempts inside the 5. We know Jalen Hurts ate up a shit ton of those. Like, let's be honest, but only converted 2 of those for touchdowns. Like, he's not a power runner inside the 5. Khalil Herbert didn't get many chances to run inside the 5, didn't get many touchdown equity opportunities because early in the season, the Bears offense was fucking trash. Luke Getsy didn't know what the fuck he was doing. And then as we kind of progressed throughout the offseason or throughout the season, Herbert gets hurt. Foreman comes in and lights it up, and just Herbert never really took him for that goal line role. But like Roschon Johnson, I know he's in the conversation, actually going ahead of Khalil Herbert here in underdog ADP just by a little bit. And like, can we be honest about Roschon Johnson? If they liked Roschon Johnson, the Bears liked Roschon, they don't bring in Swift because they do similar things. They're both pass catching running backs, good pass blockers, shifty guys. I like, honestly, I saw more out of Khalil Herbert in his first season in any of his seasons than I did Roschon as a rookie. And I liked Roschon, man. Like, kind of a fun story coming out of fucking Texas, right? Like, converted quarterback, kind of a taller running back, like didn't fit the true running back mold. So I think we were all excited about Roschon. But let's be honest, man. Like, I think Khalil Herbert's a better player. I think we can all say that. And like, also, like, this Bears offense, like, I'm excited about it, man. I'm trying to get some shares of it in best ball right now. I'll hopefully have some shares in redraft as we progress throughout the summer as well. But I'm cool with taking my shots on Herbert with this Bears offense having a lot of scoring equity, possibly. Like I would think Caleb Williams is going to put them in good position with Roma Dunze out there, Keenan Allen, and of course DJ Moore as well. I think it's going to be a good ass offense. I don't love necessarily Shane Waldron. Like that's not my guy. That's not like the dude I would have picked if I had to handpick an offensive coordinator. But what does Shane Waldron like to do? Run his fucking running backs in the ground. Like we've seen it for years up there in Seattle. So, Khalil Herbert, is he going to light the world on fire? No, but is he going to be better than running back 58? I think so. And if something happens to Swift, like he has running back 2 upside, he's going around guys right now. J.K. Dobbins, Jaleel McLaughlin, Roshan, as we talked about, Damian Pierce. Like, I don't know, man. Like, I'm not taking J.K. Dobbins at running back 50. That's dumb. That's like, come on, man. J.K. Dobbins has a couple dogs out there. He has to fight through, and perhaps not as good of an offense either. So, like, I'll just save my bullets in the chamber for pick 183, and I'll take him on Khalil Herbert. I would even take him a little bit ahead of that. And like, if Swift's ADP comes down a little bit too, like to RB25, RB26. I don't mind taking both of them, securing that Bears backfield. Like there's going to be some touchdowns coming for him. So I don't mind having both of them either. I just need Swift to come down a little bit. He's like RB22, 2020 or 2023 that he's flirting with as well. And like, that's a little steep. So, I'm rolling back a little bit on Swift for now. If like Jonathan Brooks eventually hops him, if Najee hops him, Warren, then I can look at Swift as well.